Zimmerman. Number 5, a junior, Ray Becker. Number 22, a junior, Elijah Wolf. Number 9, a junior, Zan Rodriguez. Number 21, a junior, Ben Weiland. Number 11, a sophomore, Colin Stocks. Number 7, a sophomore, Rocco Maurer. Number 15, a sophomore, David Thiel. The Dons are coached by Jeff Edwards, assisted by Charles Payette and Will Boyer. And now, the starting lineup for your Amherst Falcons. Starting in goal, number 0, a senior, Finn Brurek. Number 5, a junior, Antek Zaromsky-Lindy. Number 9, a sophomore, Everett Elizade. Number 10, a sophomore, Andrew Hellbach. Number 11, a senior, Milo Graham. Number 12, a senior, Isaac Snyder. Number 13, a senior, Aiden Kazda. Number 14, a senior, Daniel Eichmann. Number 16, a senior, Shaden Abbott Beaversdorf. Number 17, a senior, Kyle Peterson. Number 21, a junior, Desmond Rooney. The Falcons are coached by Eric Lindy, assisted by Ryan Pickup. Tonight's officials are David Coombs, Randy Manch, and Kyle Stevens. Thank you to Jody Waltenberger, athletic trainer at Amherst EMTS. Let's have a great game, everyone.
And we welcome you in here to Amherst, Wisconsin, as we get ready for a big one here on Zaleski Sports. The Battle of the Fates was playing earlier, and it could not have been more fitting for the matchup that we're going to see here tonight. It is the Columbus Catholic Dons going up against the home Amherst Falcons. My name's Connor Philby. Thank you so much for joining me for this matchup. And first, we got to take a look at the Central Wisconsin 8. Usually we take a look at the standings later on, but this is probably the most important time to do it because these are the two teams on top of the Central Wisconsin 8 conference. Columbus Catholic 10-0 on top of this conference at number 1. They're 17-2-2 so far on the season. And Amherst Falcons closely behind 9-1 and 12-2 overall. And of course, what is that one loss? It was against these same Columbus Catholic Dons early on this season, 4-1 in that one early on. And so this team improving after that point and hoping to make a statement here tonight as the two dueling fates here in the Central Wisconsin 8 will battle it out here tonight on Zaleski Sports. We're just about ready to kick things off. Amherst coming off of a 4-match winning streak, outscoring their opponents by 60 total so far this season, as they'll start things off with it. As for Columbus, they are currently on a 2-match win streak and looking to continue undefeated here in the conference. Wolf is a player. Elijah Wolf will see a lot for the Dons here tonight. Early chance here for the Falcons. Here in the corner is Beaversdorf, as he is going to send it in and gets blocked away, trying to get it out of harm's way, still not able to do so, and eventually it is going to be grabbed, that time by Carter Summer. And so early pressure here by the Falcons to start things off. Isaac Snyder had it, and back over to Hellbach, and that one will wind up out of bounds. You'll be seeing Aiden Kazda quite a lot here for the Falcons here tonight, as he leads in goals per match, assists per match, and he is a very effective offensive player for this team. Battle for it around midfield here. And like I mentioned, Elijah Wolf, that player to look out for Columbus. He leads his team in assists per match and overall points so far this season, as they continue to battle for it. Eventually won here by the Falcons. They're backed up, and they'll send it past midfield over to Eichmann. And he's got a little bit of space to work with, trying to thread it up the middle, trying to get a shot off of this, but he's defended well and double teamed there near the goal. And they'll get it out of harm's way again. Eichmann now with it. Sending it into Snyder. Passing across midfield once again, and there's a battle for it now towards midfield. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds as the Dons will get possession back. And so we're seeing again early pressure by the Falcons. But these Dons, like we saw earlier, done a fantastic job so far defensively this season. Sending this one in once again, a header out of the way. 2 straight shutouts for this Dons team. And the game before that, a tie at 1. Another shutout before that point. In fact, the last time that they gave up more than a goal in a game was on August 30th against Columbus. And so this is a very defensively sound team. Gave up only 1 against this same Falcons team the last time these two met. With it is Zaromsky Lindy. And then a good job defensively by Becker getting this one out of the way before being poked out of bounds, but it was poked out of bounds by a Falcon. Thrown in on the far side, trying to play at that time was Jansen. And then it's kicked all the way to the other side of the field. They will treat back there to Stocks. Stocks being played by Kazda. Thrown in by the Dons, but then whistle blown, and it was thrown too early. It was Falcons' ball. Thrown in here by Eichmann. Eichmann, a senior for this Amherst team. Plenty of seniors, but a good mix of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. A very well-rounded team in general for the Falcons, as Eichmann will now get ready to throw it in. Gets it towards center of the field as Snyder plays it, trying to slide for it, but eventually poked away to Edwards, going back the other way. Looking for some space to work with. Got a little bit of daylight potentially there to Wolf, but instead it's taken away, and then a whistle's going to be blown as tumbling to the ground that time was Milo Graham. And so Amherst trying to get something going here, as this one will end up tumbling back onto the foot of a Don and sent back the other way. Hellbach plays it over to Rooney on the near side of the field. Trying to go back foot there. No look to his teammate, unable to do so. And the Dons send it back. Weiland all the way into the corner. Racing out to get that one was Brunette. And that one looked like it went off the face of Thiel. And thankfully, not quite at the point yet where it gets into late October and it's almost frigid out there, and certainly doesn't feel great even now hitting your face, but it's going to be a unwelcome sign once that really cold weather comes. As Falcon got knocked to the ground, looks like they'll call the whistle on it. And another throw-in upcoming for the Falcons. Looks like Lindy to send it out. He'll get it taken away by the Dons here. But under pressure is Rodriguez. Back to Stocks now, and they'll work it to the far side of the field to Zimmerman. Zimmerman gets it blocked away. Header attempt unsuccessful over to Wolf. Stocks back to Wolf, and then a give and go. Stocks can't catch up to it. And so a good idea that time, just a little bit too overzealous with it, and the Falcons get the ball back on a throw-in. Trying to thread the needle over there to Lindy, unable to, as Stocks gets it back for the Dons, and then it's given right back up. To the far side now. And another attempt they're going to get it to Beversdorf. Abbott Beversdorf, excuse me. The senior for the Falcons, and that one will end up being scooped up again by Brunette. Finn Brunette, another senior for this Amherst team. It's taken by Abbott Beversdorf. Almost had a breakaway there by Kazda. But defense stays strong. Still under pressure, though, as this one will be kicked to the far left of the goalie, or to the right of the goalie, excuse me. And so kicking it away now will be Weiland. Amherst back on the ball. Working it into the corner. A battle for it there before it's knocked out of bounds. About 8.5 now elapsed on the Wapaka Foundry scoreboard. As another throw in here for the Dons. Header attempt successful for the Falcons, but it gets sent a little bit out of harm's way here for the Dons. Falcons still with possession. Romsky, Lindy, and then again sent back into that far corner. There's a race for it. Eventually, Amherst is going to just poke it out of bounds. Trying to go for the safe play there. Could have tried to kick it over to Brunette, but it was a little bit risky with how close that Don defender was closing in on him. Zimmerman tried to knock that one off the defender. And it's going to go back with Amherst. Head coach Eric Lindy for this Falcons team. And for the Dons, it's Will Boyer. Eichmann sends it to the near side. Kazda now into the corner. A little bit of space here for Beversdorf. Passes it across. There's an opportunity and can't quite get a foot on it. Wide open out in front of the goal. It was a tough one trying to run forward to his left to try and get a foot on it. A couple different Falcons could have had an opportunity on that one. Just not quite able to get firm possession right out in front of the net there. Amherst continues to apply pressure, though. And now here's a potential breakaway for the Dons. Streaking downfield, the shot and the score. Mason Edwards, the senior for the Dons, gets Columbus Catholic on the board first here from Amherst. And just one of those opportunities where the Dons like to just kind of lie in waiting, play some sound defensive soccer, and when they see that opportunity, they tend not to miss. And so some good defense as Amherst was kind of all over them the first 10 minutes of this one, and all it took was 30 seconds and their first real scoring opportunity of the match to get one in net. .10:29 of elapsed time on the board for Mason Edwards, getting that one in. Talked about the seniority of this Falcons team, but plenty of senior leaders on this Dons team as well. It's a very healthy mix of freshmen and sophomores also that are exciting for a Dons team that's already so good and has some great youth coming up. This one gets blocked out of bounds. It's Don's ball. And this Dons team, just like any good team, very comfortable when they have momentum and able to feed off that momentum. And just something that Amherst is going to have to work past mentally, knowing that, like I mentioned earlier, this Dons team has not given up more than a goal in a match since August. They're going to have to find a way to do that, trying to get the victory here tonight. Is this one trying to center past, and then will be out of bounds off of a Don. Good defensive play that time by, it looked like, Snyder to force that one off of the Dons. Gets it back to Snyder here before it will go towards the goal. Battling for it here in their own territory is Amherst. They'll get it all the way to the side by Graham. And then Snyder tries to play it under more pressure now. Dons coming off of that momentum, getting a little more aggressive defensively. And now here's an opportunity for the Falcons. Trying to cut it up into the middle. Abbott Beversdorf with a good idea. Just not quite able to get it over to Kazda. And so multiple opportunities by the Falcons here that just feels like they just had a little bit more touch on the ball. They might have been able to make something happen there. But certainly positive for the rest of the night for Amherst to try and get something in. Trying to win a race into the corner and able to make that save was Brunette, and that was a solid opportunity, but just way too many Amherst players in the area. Honestly impressive he was even able to get a foot on that one. That was, once again, Mason Edwards. And Brunette will now kick it away as it ends up in his hands. Solid one past midfield. Snyder now sending it to the far side. It's like over to Graham. The give and go as Graham continues to work with it. Trying to send it upfield, out of bounds, and it is off Amherst. And so about a quarter of the way through this first half, or third, I should say, as this one will wind up out of bounds for Don's ball once more. And we see the hard-working ball kids down there running after the ball. Battle for it, eventually won by Amherst. They'll retreat back into their own territory. Graham gets it over to Abbott Beversdorf. He's working with it again, trying to thread the needle. Would have been a tough one to get there. I feel like if he had put it on his intended player, that probably would have just been intercepted, but good idea there. Try and make something happen. Coming out, there is Weiland. And it looks like he's being looked at over there. So we'll keep an eye on him for the time being. Looks like Summer is going to kick it away. And this one is skied past midfield. Amherst plays it off a chest. That was Zoromsky-Lindy. And he's still with it here, making moves past the defender over to Snyder. And it gets sent back to Peterson. On the far side now, Graham. Quick passes back and forth here for the Falcons as Graham once more with it. They're taking their time here, trying to set something up. They're trying to see if a little bit of that momentum can simmer, and now it's being taken away here. Zimmerman gets it stolen once more. Nice defensive play by Rooney to potentially save a potential goal attempt. It gets poked, but it is off the foot of a Falcon. Sub coming in here for the Dons as Becker will come out. Looks like Weiland is back in. Sent out to Zimmerman. And then Stocks tries to center it, but just will roll all the way to Brunette. And he'll send it away again. I have the luxury here tonight of being the only game on Zaleski Sports, as this one will stay in for the moment, but then will thread the needle and wind up out of bounds. Trying to begin a race to that corner, but just not quite able to keep it in. But definitely a rare circumstance to be the only one on here on Zaleski, so glad you are tuning in here tonight. A rare Monday night match on Zaleski Sports as Amherst trying to center this one. It's knocked away nicely by Becker. And now a little bit of space once again, racing for it, and a nice heads-up play by Brunette, coming out deep out of his own goal, seeing that would have been a nearly impossible 1v1 situation. But another dangerous one. That's exactly the way that Edwards was able to score early on in this one at the 10:29 mark on a breakaway attempt. And with this aggressive style Amherst trying to play with offensively, have let a couple go, caught napping a little bit near midfield. And so Falcons lucky that that heads-up play by their goaltender didn't result in another goal. Good foot there by Snyder to get that one out of the way, and he'll send it. Still Don ball, though, as it's worked back around to Weiland. They'll reverse it all the way to the other side of the field. Stocks, or it's being taken away here by Kazda. He's trying to work with it. Works past one defender. Centers. All the way now into the corner. Graham trying to get a header from his Elizalde, and it will roll out of bounds. Another good attempt there by the Falcons. Elizalde was in pretty good position. Still would have been a tough header goal if he had made contact. 8:30 now and ticking on the Wapaka Foundry scoreboard. This one will end up out of bounds for a Don ball. When it comes to real estate, you can need someone you can trust to know every town, street, and deer trail in the area. Brett Favor or Hoff Favor Real Estate is here for you. Whether buying, selling, or just curious about real estate values, reach out to Brett Favor. In the corner here, sent out wide now towards midfield, and lucky that time that Edwards was not directly in the line of fire. He got close to that one, could have been knocked right out. Gets it over to Elizalde. He sends it to the far side. Trying to race to that corner. Not quite able to get a crosser. And now he gets one, but it's in a lot of traffic. Trying to work past defenders. Here's an opportunity. And that one just wide left of the goal. A close one that time, as there were multiple Falcons that had an opportunity, but there was just so much traffic up near the goal. So many players could have spun and shot it, but high chance of being blocked. So the mad scramble almost results in the first goal of the match for the Falcons, but they'll continue to fight. Trying to get another opportunity here. Winning another race, but then it gets poked out. And not only that, actually, no, he's able to keep it off of the Dons. Almost a great play there by Zimmerman. Abbott Beaversdorf out of bounds, and now it is Don ball. We've seen multiple times here in this match, Shaden Abbott Beaversdorf getting an opportunity to try and race around to that corner and get that crosser, and we've seen his speed a factor a lot this season, and it'll continue to be so here tonight. The Dons will have to keep an eye on that big play potential from him. Nice block there as the Dons will have to retreat. Stocks now near midfield. And right back with the Falcons. Infinity Exteriors is installing peace of mind from roof, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. Here's an opportunity for Amherst in the corner. Snyder with the crosser, but it is poked away nicely, and those Dons on those crossers have been right where they needed to be. All it takes is just one missed assignment for that ball to be in the goal, but Dons do not miss assignments very often. It'll be thrown in here by Amherst. Be pretty safe to assume that Amherst has so far won the time of possession battle, even though the Dons hold the lead 1-0 if you're just joining us. Poked away towards middle of the field, trying to make something happen to the corner, racing to it, able to keep it in bounds. And sending it to midfield past a couple different Falcons that could have gotten a foot on it before it gets cleared away. It was Hilizaldi that made that nice play to get it into the corner, but to no avail here for the Falcons. As that one towards midfield, staying in bounds on the far side. Amherst wins possession right back. Zaromsky-Lindy trying to work it past. Gets shoved to the ground, but it gets picked up there by Graham. And a good job to see his teammate in trouble, picking him up and getting that ball back. Good footwork by Abbott Beaversdorf. Tried to send it in, and it almost sits, and it does. And able to keep it in bounds. The pass is going to be taken in once again. The premier target for the Falcons, unable to get a foot on it. Winning another battle here. Again into the corner. Another crosser. That one gets blocked out of the way by Weiland. It will be a corner kick for the Falcons. Falcons getting so many fantastic opportunities. Just not able to find the best target. Trying to get a header there. It's muddled up in that area. Dangerous territory for the Dons. And eventually falling on top of it are the Dons. As Carter Summer breathes another sigh of relief. He's seen the ball in his territory a lot so far here tonight. This one's stolen away for a brief moment before Amherst gets it right back. Snyder works it to midfield. Ferry had it momentarily. He's in the match. To the far side now. Trying to get it into the corner. Able to get it close. It gets poked out. Who is it off of? And it will be Amherst throw it. Throw in to Abbott Beaversdorf. Trying to center it. Eventually winds up on the foot of Snyder. Able to make it past here. Kazda with the spin move towards midfield and trying to pass it in, hoping it would trickle past that defender for a wide open opportunity for Beaversdorf. Not able to do that. Another good move by Zaromsky. Lindy. Middle of the field here for Snyder. Opportunity here for Kazda. Trying to pass it across. Unable to get it there. And just a little more touch on that pass would have been right in the net. And it just feels like if Amherst can continue this kind of pressure, something's got to give. It's not this often we see the Dons under this much pressure. It's off the foot there of Edwards. He tries to feed that one in, but it's too far. Falcons forcing some mistakes now here on their home field. As Rooney will throw it in. The header away. It's up for grabs, now sent to the far side of the field. Played off of a chest by Wolf. The Falcons have been able to keep him in check pretty well so far here tonight. As Edwards gets his pass blocked. Coming away with it here are the Falcons, excuse me. Snyder sending it to the near side. Kazda makes it to the far side. There's Lindy. Zaromsky Lindy in the corner. Gets that one blocked away by Becker. And it gets cleared away. And it's a 1-on-2 here. One good move to try and erase pass. Now he's got some help potentially. And that one is wide right. If he had put that one on goal, most likely would have been saved by Brunette. But can never be too sure, as it will now be kicked away by the senior. Great food and wonderful family atmosphere await you at Whitetail Lanes and Amherst Junction. Pizza, burgers, sandwiches, wraps, appetizers, soups, and so much more. Lunch and dinner are served at Whitetail Lanes on Highway Q and Amherst Junction. Solid kick past midfield. This one played off a leg by Abbott Beaversdorf and then collapsing to the ground as Abbott Beaversdorf immediately goes to check on him, and he gets up, looks like he's okay, just a little bit buzzed after that one. But good to see him get up quickly as the Dons will prepare to send this one away as we are past the halfway point here in the first half of play. They'll go short with this one to the far side. Trying to get this one across. Able to find Jensen for the moment. And the crosser to a mess of Falcons as it gets cleared away. Don's back on it. Trying to work this one around is Zimmerman, and he will retreat with it. Becker now back across to Stocks. And a nice play to get that one knocked away. Working back with it. Under pressure there by Wolf. And a collision there, falling to the ground, a whistle blown. And so it'll be a kick coming here for Amherst. Spending a rare few minutes outside of their offensive territory so far here tonight. But still down one off of a breakaway opportunity. The header It's actually a Don's header here in the corner, keeping it in bounds. Able to race over to it is Snyder, and then he sends it in, and it's gloved. One of those tough judgment calls to make as a goalkeeper, whether or not you want to risk diving on top of that ball. But some of the best goalkeepers, just like we say on the other side of the ball for Brunette, sometimes you have to venture out of that comfort zone. It's just all comes down to knowing when to do it and when to take that risk. Both goaltenders doing that nicely on either side. As Snyder will take it. Kazda sends it across, and that one just not put in the right place. As Abbott Beaversdorf was trying to cut up the middle, trying to get him to feed it right down the middle to him. And instead he thought it was supposed to be sent to the corner. And so the Dons will get it back. Now the time for that new roofing project you've been putting off. Call Bob Gold Roofing for that brand new roof your home deserves. That's Bob Gold Roofing in Amherst. Header here by Zimmerman. Eventually on the foot of Eichmann for Amherst. As Hellbach had this one off the side of his foot. He keeps it in bounds though. Takes his time before sending it to the far side to his teammate. Graham lost it out of bounds, picked up quickly. Dons wanted to go quick on that throw in. Trying to send that one across, misses it, and here's an opportunity, and just too much mustard on it that time. With a little more touch, that might have been perfect timing, but had enough on it where Summer could run out of his own net once more and make the save. Into the middle of the field now. Making it over to Abbott Beaversdorf once again. Trying to cut up. And eventually just too many defenders in the way to make a play happen. As the Dons will throw it in once more. Played off of a chest and then off of a foot. Sent back in by the Falcons. 32-30 so far elapsed in this first half on the Wapaka Foundry scoreboard. Hellbach all the way to the far side. Played off of a chest, taking his time. Amherst definitely not panicking at this stage in the contest. Beautiful feed. And another beautiful feed. Here's an opportunity, and just a little too far once again. But it was played off of a Don's foot. Snyder sets up the throw in here. Having a hard time finding someone open. It gets headed out of bounds once again. And we'll get another one here from Snyder. And now check that is Rooney. They'll give it back to Rooney here. All the way back out now to Snyder. Kazda. Back to Snyder. And they'll retreat and try and work it towards the far corner. Intercepted there by the Dons and then taken right back. Like that was Rooney on that one. And the feed attempt poked away nicely by Weiland on defense as that one's headed out of bounds. Amherst continues to put on that pressure. But Columbus Catholic, such a good job of sealing up out in front of the net as this one gets poked out of bounds. And it looks like that's going to set up a corner kick. Looks like Eichmann there on the far corner. Sent in, and that one's in harm's way. Here's an opportunity. It gets blocked away. Hard to see who it was that had the body on it because there were so many in that area. But Amherst once again right out in front of the net. 5 minutes left here in the first half at the 35-minute mark. Eichmann now with possession once more. Amherst starting to feel a little bit more momentum going their way after another close opportunity. And that one is going to be whistled. It looked like a attempt by Abbott Beaversdorf to slide at that one. And so it'll be given back to the Dons. That looked like kind of a bang-bang situation, hard to tell. As it'll be sent away by Zimmerman. Going deep with it. And able to keep it on his foot is Stocks. Works past one defender. Trying to send it into the corner. It's defended nicely by Kazda. Gets it out to Abbott Beaversdorf. Back to Kazda now. Plays it to midfield. And they'll do the give and go here. Here's an opportunity. It ends up on two Amherst feet at the same time. And no telling if that would have gone in if either one of them had had a one-on-one opportunity there. But now this one will wind up out of bounds for a kick here by the Falcons. But man, so many opportunities here for Amherst. That one, a potential breakaway, but two different players got a foot on it at the same time. Brunette will kick it away. 37 minutes elapsed here in the first half, and this one will be shoved to the ground, and see if that warrants any extra call or if that one was just a run-of-the-mill whistle. And it will just be a free kick here. This one sent in deep, played off of a head, trying to get it off into the corner, and that one will be out of bounds and off of Amherst. So coming up on the last 2.5 here for the Falcons, trying to make something happen with all this offensive momentum they have. Again, the Dons, 3 of their last 4 contests have been shutouts. The only one that wasn't was a 1-1 tie. Trying to get that one out to Wolf. Amherst to it first. Sending this one out deep, played off of a chest. And towards midfield here. Played out of bounds by the Dons. Not wanting to take any chances late here in the half. Thrown in out to Peterson. They'll reverse all the way to the near side to Rooney. Rooney trying to give it back. Header here by the Dons, trying to break free here and win that race. Has a foot on it in the corner. Snyder tries to center it. Getting this one out of harm's way, and now trying to win a race into the corner. That one is going to wind up out of bounds. 45 more seconds here to go. And dangerously close there was a Don trying to block that goalie kick. As Zoromsky Lindy getting it into the middle of the field. Out now to Snyder. And reverses all the way to the outside. 10 more seconds, trying to make something happen at the last second, and it is gloved nicely by Summer. Calm, cool, and collected as he sends it to midfield, and that will do it here for the first half of play here from Amherst, Wisconsin. Amherst Falcons trying to avenge the loss early on in the season. Lost that one 4-1. They trail this one 0-1 heading into this half break as the Columbus Catholic Dons try to stay undefeated in their conference. We'll be back in a few moments here on Zaleski Sports.
It's more than a job. It's semi-annual bonus, free medical clinic, free gym membership, retirement plan contribution, 11 paid holidays, and benefits start on day 1. Apply today. Electrical and mechanical maintenance and production jobs at WIAA Foundry make iron castings the world uses and trusts. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Equal opportunity employer. Women and minorities encouraged to apply.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in AutoSelect. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, AutoSelect will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust in Stevens Point, Plover, and in Weston. At AutoSelect, you're good to go.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
At R&R Flooring and Furniture, we sell products that look good and products that last.
You want a great selection at a great price and a company that stands behind their products? You will find Wolfcraft, Ashley, Marshfield Furniture, and more.
Looking to get the best sleep of your life? We have a mattress for you. Get a 15-year non-paraded hybrid mattress for only 25 cents a night, and we also carry adjustable beds. When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses, it's easy. Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
In every department at Doll Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Doll Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Doll Auto, simple.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
And we welcome you back here to Amherst here in central Wisconsin. Connor Philippi on the call once more for what's been a great one so far with the Columbus Catholic Dons in enemy territory leading 1-0 over the Amherst Falcons. I'd like to thank more of our sponsors for being proud supporters of Zaleski Sports. Amherst Family Foods continues to serve the community as a full-service grocery store with fresh local produce and so much more. With a hot food selection, dairy, frozen foods, produce, fresh fruits, and veggies and drinks, get your groceries at Amherst Family Foods. And also Culligan Water. They specialize in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. And great things are happening at the Tomorrow River School District. Join the Falcon family. Are you ready to fly with us? Also, call JG Plumbing for all of your residential or commercial plumbing needs. As your local Amana dealer, you can always trust in JG to get it fixed and get off your mind. That's JG Plumbing in Amherst. And just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com as we are off and ready here in the second half. Once again, Columbus Catholic leading 1-0 in enemy territory. A lot of times where it didn't look like it was going to be that way because Amherst, with multiple offensive onslaughts, just was not able to get it in the net. Here's an opportunity early, and that's in! Goal for the Falcons! It is Shaden Abbott Beversdorf, Abbott Beversdorf with a fantastic move as he makes a move to the outside and was just able to thread it right past Carter Summer. He had that breakaway. I thought there was a pass coming or a center attempt, and he said, forget that. I'm just going to put it on net and see what happens with how well this Dons defense has been able to block those centering passes throughout tonight's contest, and just a strong kick off his foot. With 40-23 elapsed in the match. Only 23 seconds into this second half of play. And so that breaks the two-match streak of shutouts for this Dons defense. The Dons have a two-match winning streak, but if you don't count the 1-1 tie, that is a total of, or if you do count the 1-1 tie, that's 11 straight matches without a loss. And so I guess I don't know what the equivalent is. Still technically undefeated in those 11 match stretches. Almost as similar to a point streak in hockey. But this Amherst team trying to hand them what would be their first loss since middle of September. It's been exactly a month since Columbus Catholic lost a match. But still tied, of course. Plenty of games still left to go. A nice jump to get out of the way by the ref. And then he immediately blows a whistle. Nice move here by the Dons. That's Rodriguez sending it to the middle of the field. Racing for it. Graham has it for Amherst. Snyder will send it back to Zaromsky. Lindy. He makes a move past midfield. And that one will trickle back. And there's been a battle for it here the last couple seconds past midfield. Amherst trying to push it upfield. This one gets blocked out of the way, but trying to stick with it. Eventually ends up on the foot of Cade Jensen. Another midfield battle here. Dons win it this time, trying to race past that defensive front. Falling to the ground, a whistle will be blown. As it was Milo Graham tumbling to the ground, and that will be a kick up coming for Zaromsky-Lindy. Antek Zaromsky-Lindy, a junior for this Falcons team. It's sent across, trying to set up another play. And there's an opportunity, up and over, and that one will hook just left of the goal. Milo Graham tried to kick that one out of the air, understanding he didn't have the time to let that one fall and trying to make a move. Defense too good by these Dons. And that's one of those where he wishes he had it back, but just would have been tough to get that one past the goal or goalie had he actually put it on goal. Easy to feel like that would have gone in, but diving attempt might have been stopped. There's another whistle blown, and it's once again drawn by Graham. And once again, Zaromsky-Lindy kicking it, but this time much closer to the goal. Trying to hook this one in, the header. It's open for a second before it will trickle out, as it was handled by Stocks, and now it's Edwards with it. Elizalde, Amherst right back on it before it's taken away again by Zimmerman. To the far side of the field, it's Stocks who sends it deep and keeping it in bounds, able to play it off and actually stayed in bounds somehow that whole time. Eventually retreating all the way back, sending it to the far side of the field. Under pressure now here, deep in their own territory, but able to get it out to Snyder. Nice play there under pressure. Amherst has dominated time of possession. And now here in the corner is the goal scorer for Abbott Beaversdorf as he tries to send it in. Really the only thing he could do, but no one was there. Summer will look to get rid of this one once more. And another nice one, probably the deepest kick of the night for him. Sending this one high. Sets up the header for Lindy. Eichmann momentarily now over to Hellbach. Amherst struggling a little bit to get it out of their own territory. Now they're able to momentarily before it's poked away. But possession still with Amherst, as a nice play that time by Snyder to keep it in. And now they'll get it back to Snyder as they'll look for an opportunity, trying to get it on the crosser. Kazda not quite there for it. And on the other side, Amherst back on it, Zaromsky-Lindy. And we've been seeing that a lot from Kazda and Eichmann. Seems like they're trying to get that ball just a little bit outside and then spin away from the defender rather than trying to play it, almost like they're trying to act like the ball's closer to him than it is and then spin away for the breakaway. Almost worked a couple times so far here tonight. This one gets poked back with Amherst. So they will reverse field with it all the way back around to Graham. Zaromsky-Lindy. Back up tempo. Chasing it down is Rooney on the other side. And that one will go off the leg of a Falcon. Tumbling to the ground, but no call there, as it will make its way towards midfield and out of bounds. And it was off the Dons. Substitution coming in there. Looks like Snyder coming out. And Peterson was in for the Falcons. Using more speed. Tried with the crosser. It didn't connect, but it makes its way to the other side of the field, still with Amherst. Another crosser attempt. That one off the head of a Falcon before winding up now with Zoromsky-Lindy. Kazda now into the corner here for Abbott Beaversdorf. Another pass attempt. Here's an opportunity on the other side. Tries to hook this one in. The header attempt. Misplayed briefly there by the Dons. Amherst still on it. Sent across. Good opportunity, but not quite able to nail that ball down. Had that been a clean one right to that area, maybe a spin and shot, but just not quite able to corral it. And so whistle blown here. As it'll be a throw in for Amherst. Battle for it in the corner. And the battle won by the Dons. They see themselves playing without the lead for the first time in 2 matches. So send this one across to Snyder. He'll survey the field, right back to Lindy, and now again back to Snyder. Find Kazda. And now making it to the corner of the field before losing it out of bounds. But looks like it was played off of a Don. Eichmann looks like to throw it in before it's sent over to Rooney on the throw-in. To the middle of the field, and there's an attempt, and just up and over. That one was an unexpected shot, which is why it's so difficult that time to get it up and over, and just a little too high, a little too wide. When you've got that ball as a present right out in front of you, but it's up in the air, and you didn't expect it to be right there for you. Easy to feel like you could just poke it in, but not that easy. Now 50 minutes and 30 seconds elapsed in this one. And so just under 30 left to go as this Amherst team continues to put pressure on offensively. Sending this one across. Now trying to get it into the corner and just quite not able to keep it in bounds. The header by Zoromsky-Lindy turned his head a little too late. Hit him in the face as that one. A diving stop by Summer, but does not count as a shot on goal because it was wide left of the goal either way. And so the kick coming here for the Dons. As they'll go fairly short with it here. It'll go past midfield, but Amherst right back on it. Hellbach sending it to the far side to Rooney. Rooney makes his way past midfield. That one pinballs off of a couple different players, trying to get it into the corner and can't quite keep it in bounds. Trying to go opposite field with it. It'll eventually end up with Zoromsky-Lindy before it gets taken away again by the Dons. falling to the ground, multiple different players. Neither one called for anything. It's another good defensive play. There's a battle now near midfield. As Thiel makes his way down with it. It gets poked away by, and now back to Elizalde. He tries to force it out to Abbott Beaversdorf, and he tries to send it away, and that one is well past. But another good opportunity for the Falcons. Only Storage, serving the Amherst area, offering extra large units for businesses, boats, RVs, or an extra garage. Secure, affordable, and open 24/7. Visit us online to reserve your space today. And Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. Amherst retreats as Hellbach will reverse field with it once again. This is the setup they've been liking so far in the second half as Rooney takes it down the field as the so-called point guard as he tries to shill this one in for Elizalde, but it goes a bit too far and it's scooped up by Summer. Trying for a breakaway there, but too many Amherst Falcons in the area as Graham heads back with it. Eichmann trying to find a teammate, finds it in Snyder. Now back out to Rooney. Trying to break out of some pressure here. And can't quite get it out towards that corner. Played off the header by Eichmann. Eichmann to the near side of the field and gets knocked down, nothing called. Amherst stays on the offensive as Snyder will reverse field with it. Over to Snyder, makes a good move. Snyder tries to center it, but it's poked away. Sent right back in for Amherst and then poked away again. Columbus Catholic just trying to get some time on their side of the field. As Graham once again with it. Back around now to Eichmann. Eichmann sends it into the corner, but no one there. And it will be a goal kick. If you're considering a career in fabrication or welding, consider dropping off a resume at Legacy Steel. This brand new addition to our Amherst community is located in the Amherst Business Park. That's Legacy Steel, proud supporter of your Amherst Falcons. And get the best tire prices, period, during the factory direct tire sale at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Up to $200 back by online or mail-in rebate on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. On now at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Zaromsky-Lindy now with it. Around to Graham. And Graham into the corner. It's taken away by Stocks, but stays with Eichmann with Amherst. Zaromsky-Lindy back with it. He'll reverse it back to Snyder. Into the corner here for Snyder. Snyder tries to center it, and it will end up trickling free to be played by Edwards. Knocked to the ground there was Rooney, and that will be called. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks, Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Eichmann sends it into the corner, the crosser attempt. That one hits, not sure if that hit the soccer goal post or the football goal post, but That one will be a corner kick for the Falcons. It was knocked off of a Dawn. And so, sent in, header attempt, not quite going to get there, racing to try and keep it in bounds, able to do so for Amherst as this one's skied up again. Another header attempt, once again unsuccessful as that one is sent into the stands. And a quick throw in here for Amherst. Zromski Lindy now on it. And falling to the ground, the whistle blown. And it will be another kick. Sending this one in, up tempo here. It will trickle free, and it will be one-handed and scooped up by Summer. Another great opportunity. And so Columbus Catholic right now not even considering trying to take any chances right now. They're just trying to get any momentum going their way as they will send it in. It gets poked away once again. Zromski Lindy sending it out across. Abbott Beaversdorf. A nice kick to send it in. Can't quite get the header on it though. Height plays a factor there for the Dons as they were able to get it out of harm's way momentarily before it winds up now with Rooney near midfield. He misplays it and has to send it back to Hellbach. Over now to Snyder. Rooney's got a little bit of space to work with here. Sends it across. And he overcommits a little bit there. It's poked away by Becker. Or excuse me, that was Thiel with a good defensive play. Sent into Peterson. Eventually winds up with Snyder. Over to Eichmann. They'll reverse all the way to the other side of the field for running in with it again, and Snyder will send it off the head. That time of Stocks. Trying to get some speed to the far side for Rodriguez. Rodriguez now into the corner and winds up out of bounds. And some substitutions coming in here. Ski's Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with more than 30 flavors of brats, along with chicken, steaks, beefs, deli meats, local and seasonal favorites, and more. It's all at Ski's Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Amherst back with the ball. Again, they've been commanding time of possession, but still 1-1 on the scoreboard is the only score that matters. Sent out across to Rooney, and that one misplayed. A little bit of a miscommunication there, and trying to capitalize on it here. They'll send it into the corner, but no one there for Columbus Catholic. Be another goal kick here for the Falcons. 61-30 now on the board. So 18:30 left to go in this one. Getting this one past midfield. Eventually winds up on the foot of Abbott Beaversdorf for the moment. He's able to get past one defender. And a good pass in and just trickles free before being scooped up by Summer. So many of those opportunities just feels like just put a little too much on the kick. And Summer has a tremendous soccer IQ as a goaltender, understanding when and when not to come out of that goal. As that one gets poked out of bounds, and another throw-in coming here for Rooney. Excellent venue here in Amherst. And again, the only matchup that's streaming all night here on Zaleski Sports. Thrown in here by Amherst, and here's a opportunity here as Edwards makes his way down the field and able to get this one free for the time being, poking it out of bounds, as Hellbach had no choice but to play that one. And that was the goal scorer so far here for the Dons, Mason Edwards. He scored the only goal of the match so far for the Dons on a breakaway, very similar to that. There is a Amherst player down on the ground momentarily here as a whistle will be blown and he collapses again. That is Antek Zaromsky-Lindy down on the field. And they'll be waving here for a trainer to come out. And so while they check on him, we'll take a break and be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
The littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
And welcome back here to Amherst, Wisconsin, as Antek Zaromsky-Lindy able to get off under his own power, which is nice to see. Possible that might have been just kind of a situation where he fell on his chest or some area close to it and got the wind knocked out of him, or maybe there was something that just got shaken up, but able to walk off and take a break. And we'll see if he can get back onto the field here. Important piece of this Falcons team. And it's going to be a kick here as Amherst will work his way back with it. It's taken away. Trying to get that one in towards the corner and can't quite keep it in bounds. So it'll be Don's ball. A few of those Columbus Catholic supporters thinking that that should have been their ball on the free kick. And to be honest, I didn't quite remember what happened on the play as soon as kid went down. Another player goes to the ground here for the Falcons, and that is Oliver Snyder. He is slow to get up as now it's the Amherst faithful looking for something, but he's able to get up there. And so a couple more subs coming in here, as it'll be a throw in here for the Dons. Played off of a head, trying to win a race and cut it inside, but Amherst strong with that defensive move. Still on the far side of the field, trying to sidestep some defenders and able to get some space to the near side. Over now to Milo Graham. Graham now taking it across field to Snyder. Snyder now midfield, just deciding to go deep with it, and it gets knocked down and saved by Summer. Trying to get some space here. Poked away, and back on the offensive are the Falcons. And that one out of bounds for another Amherst throw-in. And another throw-in upcoming on that Amherst side. The International Bank of Amherst invites you to bank locally with all the amenities you'd expect from your local bank. Great rates and local friendly service with a smile. Put your trust in the International Bank of Amherst. Sent to the near side here to Graham. Graham trying to gain some space. He's able to get it over to Snyder. And Graham now getting it to the middle of the field. Trying to just create a little bit of a mess over there, but standing strong are the Dons. And so yet another throw-in upcoming here for Amherst. And we do see back in the match is Ontek Zaromsky-Lindy after going to the ground earlier. Great to see him back in action. Columbus Catholic gets back on that one after a nice stop by Becker. It gets skied up in the air, played off of a leg there, and then knocked out of bounds. And another sub coming in here. Looks like it's going to be Snyder getting a break. Xavier Ferry back in the match. Zaromsky-Lindy back in the match here. Reversing field with it over to Ferry. Into the corner. It'll be one there by Stocks. Trying to keep it in bounds, able to do so, but Amherst back on top of it. And it gets scooped up. And so, working back with it is Jansen trying to send it into the corner. And it will get scooped up, or no, playing it there was Brunette. And then a whistle called against the Dons. As we are getting into crunch time here, 11 minutes left on the board. Zaromsky-Lindy back over to Ferry. And this one gets poked away off the back of a foot all the way back to Amherst, who retreats. Back to Zaromsky-Lindy, played off of a chest now for the Dons. Played once again by Zaromsky-Lindy, getting this ball back for Amherst. Trying to benefit off the fact that they have commanded possession for the majority of this contest. So far, score still knotted up at 1. Ferry retreats back with it once again. Hellbach now played towards the middle of the field, poked away there as Snyder gets onto it. And now Graham, can he feed it into the corner? Able to get to it. Lindy, and that one gets poked away, ends up out of bounds, but it's Amherst ball. The header played, trying to get it past that defense. As racing to it there is Elijah Wolf. He will take it upfield, trying to get it into that corner. Jansen with an opportunity, he gets tripped up, and a whistle will be blown. And we have another Amherst player falling to the ground. And he is up and good. That was Desmond Rooney, but didn't take long for him to get back up. And so potentially a big opportunity here for the Dons late in this one with just under 9 minutes to go. Trying to cross that one, and whistles blown. Would have been most likely a goal kick either way, but it will go back with the Falcons. Adam Sabicki with First Weber is your trusted partner for buying or selling, offering expert guidance, personalized service, and proven results. Let's turn your real estate's goal into reality. Contact Adam today. And Stevens Point Orthopedics is proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this fall. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment. That's 715-344-0701. And that went out of bounds. And we'll finish off thanking our sponsors with Mutual of Wausau Insurance. They're protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Always very thankful for all of our sponsors for supporting what we do here at Zaleski Sports. And with 7.5 minutes left to go, here from Amherst, again, Columbus Catholic can win the conference if they are able to hold on to this tie. Obviously still pushing for the win, but with Columbus Catholic 10-0 so far in the conference, they would seal it here with this victory. Columbus Catholic with only one more game within the conference this season. That would be against Bowler Gresham Community. This one gets sent to the middle of the field. Amherst working it back, sending it over to Snyder. That's Graham. Graham towards the corner, works his way back with it, but it is stopped nicely. Sent back for Zaromsky-Lindy to take. Trying to poke that one back, and it will be knocked away, but the Dons had it last, and Snyder will throw it in. Played there by Zaromsky-Lindy all the way to the other side of the field. Trying to find someone in the middle of the field. They find Snyder. And here's an opportunity, almost an opportunity for Amherst. They have to retreat back now, and now poking it in. The header attempt. And Amherst, it feels like they're just trying to play it into the center of the field there and just trying to see if they can get a mistake late in this one. 5.5 to go. As the throw in here by Lindy. Trying to go for the header, unable to do it. And so trying to get this one in and taking the risk, and it pays off. There is Carter Summer. Again, if you're joining us very late, 1-1 with 5 to go. And Columbus Catholic trying to hold on to this tie to win this Central Wisconsin 8 conference. Amherst has a chance to stay alive in the conference, or at least for the conference win. Certainly still playoffs in play for both of these teams, regardless of what happens, but would be an impressive way to finish things off if Columbus Catholic could win outright with 11 wins and try and get their 12th to end the regular season next week. But both teams running out of time here. The throw in here as the Dons have not had the ball much in their own territory so far here tonight, as this one gets poked away again. So that one stayed within that flag, or no, it didn't. That's a corner kick for the Dons. And that one will be poked out, and it will be a goal kick for the Falcons. Maybe 1 or 2 possessions left on either side, with 3.5 now left to go. It is sent away. Trying to make his way past. Here's an opportunity towards the middle of the field, and the crosser. It is a diving stop by Summer, as Abbott Beversdorf had an opportunity, couldn't quite turn that last corner, so he had to cut it back up to the middle of the field and couldn't get the strongest shot he could on that one from where he was. That one gets blocked away, but now trying to break free with it. Too many Falcons in the way. Past midfield, it gets blocked though by Wallace. And out of bounds, that time off of Wolf. Now 2.5 to go. Reversing field with it here, as Zaromsky-Lindy trying to poke it back out. And trying to get it into the corner. Can he get to it in time? He can, and he crosses and can't quite get there for it. That was Elizalde. But with it kicked out of bounds by the Dons, it'll be another throw in here, this time by Isaac Snyder. The header, trying to get it into that dangerous territory, but instead it gets poked away. Racing to it here, and threading it across there to Zaromsky-Lindy. Nicely there by Hellbach. To the middle of the field now to Snyder. Snyder trying to split defenders, can't quite do it, but it gets poked right back to him. Into the corner here, trying to win the race. And it gets poked out, but that will be a corner kick. And the speed of Abbott Beversdorf once again. 1 minute remaining in this contest, perhaps the last opportunity for the Falcons. Sending it in, and poked out of the way. Trying to get it out of harm's way. Sent up and in, and that one well too far. And saw the vision there by Beversdorf of what he was trying to do, but just trying to kick it in the air like that, difficult to do what he was trying to do. He was trying to pop it up and set up the header. And so Columbus Catholic trying to take their time here. The header attempt, Amherst. 10 seconds left to go. They got to move quickly here.
9, 8, 7, 6,
and that one out of bounds.
3, 2, 1.
And there it is for the Columbus Catholic Dons, victors of the Central Wisconsin 8 Conference. They are 10-0-1 in the conference this season. Amherst 9-1 and now 1. And so Columbus Catholic will have one final matchup against Gresham Community to finish off the regular season, but they will win this Central Wisconsin 8 Conference, and we'll head down there for the WIAA Foundry postgame show. For a job that will ignite your career, go to jobs.wapakafoundry.com. That's jobs.wapakafoundry.com.
The mission at WIAA Foundry is to provide all of the world with our great quality castings.
I think it'd be kind of hard to find this sort of environment working anywhere else. It's a little bit different than your typical factory setting.
People think that we just pour, we pour a few castings, but like here at Plant 1, we're pouring, 3,000 different parts.
There's a lot to learn, and it's fascinating. When I started and I said that to myself, well, if I don't give it a shot and I don't try out the job, I won't know if I actually like it.
I stay because of my team leader and my foreman and the guys I work with over there. They make it fun and easy and interesting. They're willing to help, they're willing to teach. They give you the time to learn.
As long as you show up, you do what you're supposed to, you ask questions, and you put your best foot forward, you literally can keep moving up.
One of the things that has kept me tied to the company is how do you feel? When you go every day to a place, you belong to a team, you have opportunity for growth, that's the right place to be.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
WIAA has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. They've sent me to school. I have an associate's degree now. I take pride in that because I've always wanted to have a college degree, and now I have it, and WIAA supplied that to me.
I feel like we are an elite team that keeps this place running in Melton Iron, and I like to feel part of something bigger.
I enjoy working with everybody. I love being up here in Wisconsin.
It's like a brotherhood. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's looking out for everyone.
The people that make up WIAA Foundry are just really genuine, hard-working people.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
We build a good sense of camaraderie with our teams. So it just allows for a more well-rounded and healthy work environment.
It's not just a job, it's a career.
What our differentiator is, WIAA is a company, first it has a welcoming culture. So no matter what your background is, if you are coming, willing to do your job and contribute to the company growth and also growth yourself, you will find the right place.
We make products that help people. I don't ever want to have to worry that you get in your vehicle and you go home and something breaks or fails because we didn't do something right on our process. It all matters.
WIAA Foundry, it's one of the largest iron foundries in the world, and it's right here in WIAA, and I love that.
The last stretch. They give us a thumbs up. All right, here we are in Amherst, Wisconsin, as it was a tie here tonight, but that means the Columbus Catholic Dons win the Central Wisconsin 8 here this season, and I am here, of course, with Coach Edwards and Mason Edwards here on the logo here in Amherst. And first, I'll talk to you, Coach. It takes a lot to be able to come out of a full conference unscathed. Obviously, you have one more matchup at the end of next week. I just want to talk a little bit about the fortitude of this team, because it does not matter who the opponent is. When you can pretty much sweep the conference like you have this season, it's impressive. Tell me about these guys and how they're able to accomplish that.
Yeah, I think this season, going into it, we knew it would be us and Amherst, and I think Northland's a fantastic team too. and Amherst gave us everything, in that first game, and we got out of there with a win. So we had the upper hand coming into this game. We knew a tie would give us conference. We didn't really care about that. We wanted the win. And when they got that goal early in the second half, we just deflated. Momentum was shifted, and we were holding on for dear life. Thankfully, they couldn't put one on net to get the win for them. And, we thank God for that one.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. And I'll hand things over here to Mason Edwards. And, this is a team that is going to be coming into the potential playoffs with a lot of momentum. And I see a lot of confidence in this team, even when it felt like defensively you were kind of fighting for your lives a bit at the end of that game. It still felt like no matter what happened, they weren't going to get the ball in that net. And both offensively and defensively, this team is stacked. Talk about your players and what gives you confidence as you finish out this regular season and go into the playoffs.
I'm just proud of our defense. Our leader, Ben, he's been a great captain this season. He's been in charge of the defense, very commanding, and I think our defense just listens to him, and that's what I love about our team.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have you do one more thing for me. I'll give you this microphone. I'll step away, give you a 1, 2, 3, and you'll say, "I'm Mason Edwards, and I'm in the house."
Right. I'm Mason Edwards, and I'm in the house.